Tuesday, November 13, local government elections was held yesterday and the results are still coming in. The Guyana Elections Commission today held a press conference to announce the final results for Georgetown. Alexis Rodney tells us that a Partnership for National Unity, APNU, has secured a massive victory in that municipality.
The Guyana Elections Commission today said that from the 119,374 eligible voters in the Georgetown municipality and 28,868 votes cast, the APNU garnered an overall 18,127 votes. The Alliance for Change secured 3,059 votes, the GNS 94, the People's Progressive Party 7,050, and the United Republican Party 106 votes. The results were delivered for both the proportional representation and the first past the post. Returning officer for Georgetown, Duarte Hetzberger.
With the council having 30 seats, the following is: a Partnership for National Unity occupies 21 of those seats, 9 of the PR, 12 from the first past the post. Alliance for Change will occupy 2 seats, both coming from the PR. And the People's Progressive Party will occupy 7 seats, 4 from the PR and 3 from the first past the post component.
According to the returning officer, the data represents a 28.3% voter turnout. Of the votes cast, 28,436 were valid, while 432 ballots were rejected. There were also 112 spoiled ballots and a tender ballot that was issued. GCOM's Public Relations Officer Yolanda Ward said this year's elections has seen very little hiccups.
From where I sit at GCOM, I think we have efficiently and effectively conducted these elections with no hiccups. Even where there were minor glitches, we were able to quickly remedy those. And so for us, I think at GCOM, we are satisfied with the conduct of those elections in the 80 neighborhood, the 80 local authority areas countrywide.
Reporting for InfoHub, Alexis Rodney.
Still on local government elections, following the convincing win by APNU in Bartek, Region 7, residents are pleased and looking forward to continued development throughout the town. Isaiah Braffett was in the town and filed this report.
Of the 9 constituencies, the APNU won 7, while the People's Progressive Party won 2 in the proportional representation system. In the first past the post system, 7 of the APNU candidates were elected, while 2 PPPC candidates were elected. In total, of the 3 parties that contested, APNU secured 12 seats, PPPC 5 seats, and the Alliance for Change 1. The residents of Bartek expressed their satisfaction with the results and anticipate sustained development.
I feel very satisfied with the results of the election, and to be honest, I expected that. I'm looking forward to more improvements on Bartek and so on, the continued progress on Bartek with the roads and so on, continued progress.
I'm happy that the local government election is done, and I believe that I know the people that are in right now, they're going to work together because we are Bartesian. We believe in working together in one and in harmony, and I know that whoever wins going to do the same to continue the progress that is happening in Bartek here.
I'm glad that the APNU was got a victory in the constituency of Bartek, and I'm glad for this region to go forward.
Everything has happened for the best, So let's see if we would continue striving, as we are right now.
Bartesians said they expect the elected candidates to keep their campaign promise to develop their respective constituencies. Monday, November 12th, marked the first time in the post-independence history of Guyana that successive local government elections is being held as legally and constitutionally due. Isaiah Braffett for InfoHub.
In other news, the European Union today hosted a workshop to reiterate its support for the abolition of the death penalty in Guyana. Renetta Lafleur tells us more.
At the workshop held at the National Library, EU Ambassador to Guyana, Yerny Videtic, noted the EU's strong and unequivocal opposition to capital punishment in all circumstances.
There are several reasons why the EU supports the abolition of the death penalty. Most importantly, The EU considers capital punishment to be cruel and inhumane punishment which fails to provide deterrence to criminal behavior and represents an unacceptable denial of human dignity and integrity. Furthermore, no matter how advanced and meticulous a justice system is, it will always be subject to human mistake.
Presenting the case on behalf of Guyana, attorney-at-law Nigel Hughes said in 2010 the penalty for murder was changed from mandatory death to mandatory death in certain circumstances.
So it's not as if mandatory death has been removed. What has happened in the 2010 amendment to the Criminal Law Offences Act, Chapter 801, Section 100, is that mandatory death or life imprisonment is now restricted, or no, let me say restricted because you can still get it, is now limited to persons who, if you'll indulge me, I'll just go through the categories. If you kill a member of the security service, if you kill a prison officer, a judicial or legal officer.
All EU member states are fully committed to the abolition of the death penalty, which is also a precondition for candidate countries seeking to join the EU. Renetta Lafleur for InfoHub.
Government officials, members of the military and diplomatic corps, along with veterans from the Ghana Legion and many others on Sunday, gathered to commemorate Remembrance Day at the Cenotaph Monument in Georgetown. More from Paul McAdam.
The ceremony began with a military parade, followed by the presidential salute, the sounding of the last post, and 2 minutes of silence to acknowledge the fall of World Wars I and II. Prayers from the three main religious groups were observed, after which wreaths were laid at the foot of the cenotaph. In a brief address, the Prime Minister, Moses Nagamutu, performing the duties of President, acknowledged the sacrifices that the men and women made who served in both great wars.
Their example strengthens our resolve to maintain our efforts for a world at peace with justice and prosperity for all peoples.
The Prime Minister also called on citizens to rededicate themselves to, quote, the search for peace and well-being of our beloved country, end of quote. The event concluded with a joint services parade led by the 15 surviving veterans of World War II. The salute being taken in front of State House. Paul McAdam, InfoHub.
Still to come, a workshop to effectively manage the Zika virus was today hosted for healthcare professionals. Stay with us.
Being diagnosed with HIV can be difficult, but there is hope. Treatment is free and available at HIV care and treatment sites. Medications are easy to take and will get the virus under control. It is important to know the names and not just the color of medications. NGOs have workers available to help you learn about the pills. Talk to your health worker about your treatment program.
Welcome back. Minister of State Joseph Harmon has announced that the government intends to establish a National Veterans Trust. The minister was delivering a recent address on behalf of President David Granger, who is a patron of the Ghana Veterans Legion. He assured that the trust would be protected by law to ensure it is not subjected to the whims and fancy of anyone. Minister Harmon said the principles of justice in our economic, political and social affairs as a nation, as well as in our international relations, must be upheld. He reminded that President Granger's National Veterans Commission was piloted in November 2013 through the National Assembly. The commission would be tasked with examining the conditions and circumstances facing veterans and the defense forces to make recommendations to ensure their health and welfare and for the general administration of veterans affairs. More than 25 healthcare professionals will benefit from a 2-day USAID Train-the-Trainer workshop aimed to provide psychosocial support to parents and caregivers of Zika-affected children. More in this report.
Terry Steers-Gonzalez, U.S. Deputy Chief of Missions at the U.S. Embassy in Georgetown, said the Zika Maternal and Child Survival Workshop will highlight proven coping skills and strategies to effectively manage challenges faced by caregivers of Zika-affected children.
Caring for children with disabilities presents unique challenges. Highlighting the impact that parental stress and depression can have on children's development, the workshop will prepare mental health, physiotherapy, and rehabilitation professionals to roll out national trainings on clinical and non-clinical aspects of care of affected infants and children.
Steers Gonzalez said the healthcare professionals will also be instructed how to teach caregivers to conduct recovery therapies at home and early infant and child stimulation. The U.S. Deputy Chief of Missions noted while there has been some success in controlling the Zika virus, the public health sector still needs to be vigilant as the virus continues to pose a threat.
The truth is that Zika continues to be transmitted in the Caribbean, but at lower levels than during the outbreak 2 years ago. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control is still registering cases of Zika infection among American tourists returning from the Caribbean and maintains its warning that pregnant women should not travel to areas with risk of Zika, and lists the Caribbean as an area of risk, including Guyana.
The psychosocial support training will continue to remain one of the main pillars of the Zika project to help strengthen individuals, families, and communities' resilience. Neil Odiman, InfoHub.
The Ministry of Public Security has announced that Tuesday, November 20, is a national holiday. Guyana will join the Muslim community in celebrating Yawm an-Nabi, which is the celebration of the birthday of the Muhammad, the founding prophet of Islam. That's all for this evening. Connect with us on WhatsApp and social media and follow our website at dpi.gov.gy. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. DPI will continue to provide updates on the LGE results as they become available. Goodbye.